Hello and welcome to this special report, the Bhatkal Connection, Footmarks of Terror. I'm here in Dilsukh Nagar in Hyderabad, a place that was ripped apart by two powerful bomb blasts on the evening of February 21, 2013, killing 17 people. Nearly 2 years after that blast, the Bengaluru Police has now found out that the explosive material used in the bomb blast was sourced from the western coast of India, from Bhatkal in Karnataka. Over the next half hour, we will examine whether Bhatkal is once again emerging as Karnataka and India's theatre of terror.
To understand the DNA of Bhatkal, we travel 484 kilometers from Bengaluru. Goa is comparatively closer at 3 hours. History records Bhatkal as a port town in the Vijayanagar Empire in the 15th century and later under the Portuguese and British. The police dossier today, however, docks Bhatkal as a terror factory. Thanks to the two brothers, Riaz and Yasin Bhatkal, founder members of the Indian Mujahideen, this town, with a population of approximately 50,000, 80% of them Muslim, has become a synonym for terrorism in the notebook of Indian intelligence agencies.
Bhatkal is not re-emerging. Bhatkal was already there on the terror map of India. As far as I know, it is at least 2 to 2.5 decades since the time the communal violences broke out in Bhatkal. There has been an amount of radicalization of some youth taking place, especially those youth who went to Mumbai post the blasts in Mumbai. A number of youth have gone to Mumbai and to the best of my understanding and from the evidences that are available, they got radicalized there.
What Hosur is referring to is the violent 90s, which created the foundation of a radical Bhatkal. A black flag was hoisted at a college on Republic Day in 1993. A number of communal clashes in 93 which left 17 people dead. Bhatkal youth was sucked into riots over Eidgah Maidan dispute in Hubli, Dharwad in 1994. It is this labeling that Bhatkal resists and dislikes intensely.
भटकल का दो लोग हैं, अभी मीडिया में बहुत मास्टरमाइंडेड बोल के दो लोग नाम आता है, वो भटकल का लोग है. इस मीडिया में हाईलाइट कर रहा है सर भटकल 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 बोल के. इस वजह से एक एजेंडा भटकल ऐसा गांव बोला तो एक मुस्लिम्स पॉपुलेशन में ज़्यादातर मुस्लिम्स लोग नौजवान और मुस्लिम्स पॉपुलेशन ज़्यादा रहने का एक एरिया है भटकल है. इससे पहले भी भटकल में एक हाई एजुकेटेड लोग है, इकोनॉमी लोग है, बाद में यूनिटी लोग भी है.
But Bhatkal is protesting too much, ignoring the evidence on the table, say the police. Proof of the pudding, the police claim, is in the singing, referring to how the 4 men arrested in January are singing like a canary during police interrogation. Dr. Sayyid Ismail Afaq, Saddam Hussain, Abdus Sabroor and Riyaz Saidi are the 4 men accused of being members of the Indian Mujahideen, and their footprints carry the Bhatkal brand name. The Bengaluru Police say they supplied the explosives for many bomb blasts since 2010, among them Hyderabad in 2013, Pune in 2012 and Bengaluru's Chinnaswamy Stadium in 2010.
This was a module that was used by the IM as well as other terror organizations to procure, fabricate and supply and deliver deadly explosives. We are also aware that money was being transferred through Hawala channels from foreign countries for funding this activity.
Police sources say that the Andhra Pradesh Police Intelligence Wing was eavesdropping into electronic chatter emanating from Bhatkal for quite some time now. When the Church Street blast took place in Bengaluru in December 2014, the Bengaluru cops swung into action, suspecting a Bhatkal hand in the blast. Only when the interrogation started, the cops realized that they had stumbled upon something much bigger.
Swinging into action, a house was raided in Pulikeshin Nagar in Bengaluru. Simultaneously, search teams moved swiftly in Bhatkal. While the police claim to have recovered incriminating evidence like laptops and other communication devices in Pulikeshin Nagar, Bhatkal's catch reportedly revealed bomb-making material. The fact that Bhatkal's love affair with terror groups was not a thing of the past sent a shiver down the khaki spine.
Every time a terror link to Bhatkal hits the headlines in the media, the largely peaceful and hospitable people of Bhatkal squirm. From all indications available with the intelligence agencies and the investigative agencies, it's just about a dozen people who could possibly have direct linkages to terror-related activities from this place. The more the arrests, the more the people of Bhatkal regret they belong to this coastal town.
Police officials admit that after Yasin Bhatkal's arrest in 2013, the watch over Bhatkal had slackened because the cops thought they had managed to snap the town's umbilical cord with terror. Now the same police force is pointing at Dr. Afaq, calling him the kingpin of many an Indian Mujahideen-sponsored terror attack. His family, however, accuses the police of planting evidence against him, a claim the Bengaluru Police refute.
Even the CCB team which came in, they showed me each and everything. They told me it's a gelatin stick, then some fuel oil, they said, I don't know what was it, and then something wrapped in paper. I didn't happen to have that much of dare to ask them if that was found in there. But Mr. Circle Inspector being close to me, I came out and asked him on that day itself if these things were here or you took in these things, because people outside are saying that you have been carrying boxes. As the local leaders told me, they were told that the police, CCB police which came from Bangalore that day morning, they didn't have food and lunch was being taken for them in these boxes. Which was a very surprise for me, because such an important raid is going on and you're talking about some food being taken into it. It's an absolute joke.
We're not in the business of creating conspiracy. We're not in the business of trapping people and conspiring against innocent people.
Because they claim that the house was locked.
So what if the house was locked? Is there a bar on house being locked? Every house has got a door and a lock.
I went there for some time.
Dr. Afaq's wife, Arsala Afaq, hails from Karachi in Pakistan. And the police say visits to his in-laws provided Afaq with the perfect smokescreen to meet his Pakistani handlers across the LOC. They say the doctor was ideologically indoctrinated in 2004.
Once the weak minds are identified, most handlers across the border nudge them into dingy cyber cafes in a small town like Bhatkal. At these auditoria of indoctrination, they are coerced to serve jihadi websites with strong content to sway emotions.
Earlier it used to take place in the Western Ghat region, in Kerala region and all that. Now with the advent of online, there is sufficient material available on the internet for anyone to get radicalized.
The police say Afaq received training in assembling a bomb in 2009. His family rubbishes the charges, calling them a figment of imagination.
एक ही बार गया हूँ, यहाँ पे रहते हैं, उसको एक साल की वीजा मिलती है, फिर उसके बाद हम बढ़ा लेते हैं और गलत आदमियों को उठा के लेके गए. उसके बारे में दुनिया गवाही देगी. बॉम्बे में भी उसके दोस्त है, बेलगाम में है, भटकल में है, यहाँ पर है. कुछ क्या बोलूं, कैरेक्टर के बारे में कुछ बोलना ही नहीं चाहती. इतना पाक, इतना साफ, इतना.
First I thought they'd come for me. As I'm Pakistani, they always come and check. After going, then I came to know that they arrested my husband.
Riyaz Saidi was the fourth person to be arrested when he was about to board a flight to Dubai from the Mangalore airport. At his home in Bhatkal, his sister Nasia told us the police attitude perplexed the family.
पुलिस 8:30 बजे घर पे आई, घर की पूरी तलाशी ली. तलाशी लेके जाने के बाद हमको मालूम हुआ कि एयरपोर्ट पे उसको पकड़ा गया है. बल्कि
क्या बोली पुलिस आके, क्या बोले?
उधर कुछ नहीं बोली पुलिस। जाने के बाद मालूम पड़ा, घर पे से अलमारी से किया, बेड के अंदर से पूरा ये सब निकाल के देख के चले गए।
You hear similar stories from the families of every other accused.
यहाँ तक मैं ट्रेन चढ़कर एर्नाकुलम पहुँच गई, हॉस्पिटल में ही मुझे फोन आया, हमारे घर में पुलिस आ गई। मैं लोगों से बोली घबराने की बात नहीं, पुलिस आए तो देखेगी चली जाएगी, हमारे घर में कुछ भी नहीं है। मुझे रात को जब हम लोग वहाँ पर न्यूज देके बच्चों को अरेस्ट कर दिए हैं, रात को हम लोग भी वहाँ पे, तब एकदम पाँव के नीचे से जमीन सरक गई। जाल बिछाया गया है, जाल बिछाया गया है।
Justice is being sought because these families believe that God-fearing men are being labelled as murderers. It is as if Bhatkal wants to tell the enforcers of law that let not more young men pay for the sins allegedly committed by Yasin and Riaz Bhatkal and their accomplices.
In Bhatkal, Dr. Hanif Shabab, a sociologist, has known Dr. Afaq for the last 2 years as he was practicing at a neighbouring clinic. Like the family members, Dr. Hanif also suspects that the police have erred and picked up the wrong person.
सोशल एक्टिविटीज में इन्वॉल्व भी नहीं। भटकल में एक अच्छे डॉक्टर के जैसे होम्योपैथ की है जैसे वो जाना जाता था और एज ए प्रोफेशनल कलीग मिलना जुलना कभी हो जाता था, बट जनरल परसेप्शन ये है कि ही वाज ए जेंटलमैन, एक अच्छा लड़का था और अपने काम से काम रखता था, ये है।
Others are not so circumspect and accuse the police of labelling a resident of Bhatkal as a terrorist to hide their own incompetence.
हम ऐसा सोचने पर मजबूर है, जो बेंगलुरु में बम ब्लास्ट हुआ था उनको कोई आदमी नहीं मिल रहा था, उधर का लोगों का डायरेक्शन चेंज करने के लिए ये कुछ इशू बनाए हैं लोग।
Charges and counter charges may be common in most cases. The claims of the police that they have evidence against the 4 alleged terrorists have been countered by their family members. Ultimately, what happens in court will matter. Until then, it is difficult to say who will be proved right and who will be proved not guilty.
The charge of the police finding scapegoats in Bhatkal is not an argument one of India's best-known minds on internal security, former RAW Chief Hormis Tharakan, is willing to accept.
Bhatkal, there have been, apart from the confinement, there have been incidents. As a place which has a history of communal strife, the police pays greater attention to that place. Probably as a result, they find more things there than they would in other places which are not so much under police scanner, as they say.
The social, cultural and political impact on Bhatkal stands out like a sore thumb. Even prestigious educational institutions are unable to attract students the way they used to before. Prospective suitors also would think twice before they marry boys and girls from this town. This is the price that Bhatkal has paid because an officer decided to add the name of this town to a Riaz and a Yasin.
Sarfaraz Ahmad Mohtishan, an MBA student in Bhatkal, says God save them if they get into trouble with the law when they step outside, because once they mention they hail from Bhatkal, the problems only multiply.
ऐसे हमको जहाँ भी जाए तो कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा पूछताछ होती रहती है। भटकल का नाम लिए तो बस खलास। हम यहाँ से बेंगलुरु जाते हैं तो हमको पूछताछ होती है, हम यहाँ से बेंगलुरु जाते हैं तो हमको पूछताछ होती है बार बार। कोई ट्रैफिक पुलिस हमको पकड़ता है तो वो पूछताछ करता है, भटकल का है साइड पे लो पहले, उसके बाद में डिटेल मांगता है।
Having their patriotism questioned comes with the postal address, insists Dr. Hanif. The 61-year-old has had a newspaper accusing him of being a Dawood Ibrahim man in Bhatkal.
टेररिस्ट एक्टिविटीज का तो नहीं था, लेकिन इलीगल एक्टिविटीज और उसके दाऊद के लिंक के साथ जो मीडिया ने डाला, अभी केस चल रहा है उसके ऊपर, हमारा फोटो डाल दिया उसमें कि हमारा जो लिंक उनके साथ है, यहाँ आर्म्स आ रहे हैं, यहाँ पे वो हो रहा है, ड्रग्स हो रहा है, ड्रग माफिया, वो माफिया.
Which is why Bhatkal has tried to rebrand itself by inviting well-known personalities to visit, such as former Prime Minister H.D. Devagowda and cricket personalities such as Sachin Tendulkar, Irfan and Yusuf Pathan. The idea behind this is to tell Bhatkal's Gen Next that a better life beckons them if they choose the right path.
Students are started right now. I've been hearing this since 3-4 years. I think.
Educationist Uday Prasanna feels Bhatkal's youth is walking on a razor's edge. The principal of the Anjuman Institute of Technology and Management, Prasanna feels every bad egg takes down with him the brand equity of Bhatkal.
Definitely pricks us, pricks me rather. I don't want my student to do that way. And normally, if you see our last year's Nabil Mustafa's case, who has secured 14 gold medals at the university level, beating the VT record of getting the ranks. So such things are also highlighted in our media, so that it took the name of Bhatkal to very high, and that made me so proud. And these things make me to go in other way. So that definitely picks me. But I want the media always to take the Bhatkal's name in a balanced way, so that Bhatkal should not affect it a long way.
Trust deficit and bitterness are emotions that almost seem integral to the mind of a Bhatkal resident, scarred as the people here are by bad experiences.
मैं अपने बच्चों के लिए, अपने नवासों के लिए, अपने पोतों के लिए डर रहा हूँ। कौन सी जहन्नुम में जिएंगे ये लोग?
Clearly, it is not just a hurt Bhatkal that is on test. How India deals with it is an acid test for the establishment.
The Ministry of Human Resources has a major role to play in countering radicalization, not necessarily the Ministry of Home Affairs. And the NCERT had some years back drawn up a curriculum based on the concept of education for peace. That was to start from schools and then go on to high classes. And that is where we need to start. And that involves training a very large number of teachers in what education for peace is. It's the ability to take in views of all religions, of all, not only religions, all ideologies, and still be able to argue out your case and have an approach based on peace even in conflict.
For many years now, Bhatkal has been derided as a smuggler's cove, even labelled as a mini Pakistan. But it's also a town with 83% literacy, and it is this positive that will have to be reinforced if Bhatkal and terrorism are to be dehyphenated. We hope you enjoyed watching this special report on Headlines today. From the entire team, thanks for watching.